Hey, how's it going? Gabriel Nicosia here. I'm the King of Orion. And I just want to give a real quick Orbi report as I settle in. I've already started work on Operation Cakewalk, and I'm really happy with the outline that I've set out. I stayed up late last night playtesting what is essentially like a smuggling minigame. One of the things that you notice going in and out of security in secure situations, or serving as a security guard, as I once was, is how ineffective or how easy it is to slip things, under the radar, even on accident. Most folks don't recognize that, like, metal detectors, for example, they don't work with ceramics or plastics or all sorts of, odds and ends. A little bit about where I'm at. I'm at this homeless shelter downtown, and Yar hoists the black flag right across the street from Denver Rescue Mission. I'm sure any brave internet soul can figure out what location this is, but there's not really any need to. Other than to be thankful. It's a roof. I'm very grateful for that. Anyway, other than designing that little minigame, which is actually going to be the main voting mechanic between the two primary characters in Operation Cakewalk, those characters are going to be Otto Mattock. Mattock spelled M-A-T-T-O-C-K. A nice little pun on the idea of a mining pick. He got to name himself. He can, lean into the pun. And then Storm Crowsharp, who is the priest, the resident cleric or chaplain for Lupe and the Wolves. And they operate out of the space surrounding Pator. Pator, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but I call it Cake Island. And it's just an interesting little mini game to determine whether I prefer industry or military endeavors. And the missions themselves are going to be, very fundamental voting system. Like, if you grab these kind of weapons, you get these kind of points. Or if you grab these kind of rocks, you get these kind of points. And, like, when would you ever want to pursue Veldspar? Silliness. But the outline's ready, which means I get to do the fun part, which is filling in the blanks and writing and writing and writing. Other than that, I've got 3 videos that I want to record on the way to my next destination, meeting up with a friend along northern end of Colfax, north of Colfax over towards the central parks of Denver. One of the nice things about Denver is it's got a lot of parks. There's a lot of scenery and scenic views, and the downtown is, it's a downtown. It's the kind of rough and tumble that you'd expect, but there's a lot more wildness and wilderness embedded within the city proper. So I might record those videos in a park on the way, or maybe I'll just go on past my destination and hello little bird and keep on trucking. But the next video I think I'm going to make today is I've started my Omega vacation, but as I was going through and building ships and staging those ships for, like, conversations about Omega stuff, I stumbled across the Special Thrasher trainer from way back when I first started the game. So of course I built that, and they recently released these celebration skins for destroyers, which neat, nice, cool, and they're good nano cores. But you can't use it on the Special Thrasher trainer, so I went to all trouble of building that ship, fitting it out, and running over to try and grab the skin and, like, pop in the box and reading and, okay, we'll see if this works. Doesn't work. So that skin's going on a Thrasher Guardian, and I'll see if I can do Tech 10 content with that puppy as an Omega. But if not, okay, well, dang. So the first video I'm probably going to record is why it's important to stagger your fire and spread your damage around, especially if you're in a small ship doing small ship content. Which most common wisdom would say focus fire on one enemy at a time, you know? Oh, there's no kill like overkill, and any excess damage is, you know, icing on the cake. But I'll go into that in the video. And then I had a generous donation from a pilot out of Odin, which, cool, love me some Norse mythology. I am more inclined to... Anyway, generous donation of a lot of Omega resources. I think there was a Wreath 2, a Sigil... No, not a Wreath, a Sigil 2, I want to say a Condor Interceptor, which neat, I love those, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll probably break down like what those are used for and what an alpha would want to pursue with those, and how to stage alpha operations with Omega vacations in the cards, and just riffing on, you know, the gift. I'm very grateful. It's really cool, and I'm looking forward to making more Omega content as the month goes on. And then I might do a reading. So I started recording this story about a girl named Isle. And Isle runs out to the space surrounding Ostingale, which I call Eastmost West. And it's Serpentis space. It shows some play in Operation Ignition, but it's not the main event. The First hides out there. The First has a base in Syndicate that he likes to hang out of. But Isle is a character that doesn't show up in Operation Ignition. She is a standalone character that I used as sort of inspiration for Cake Island. She's going to be a transition between Operation Ignition's characters into Cake Island's characters. So it'll be interesting to bridge the gap there. And I'm really looking forward to talking about like the usefulness of the Noble Tristan and Leibniz and LB and some of the other characters that exist in Operation Ignition. They'll get little vignettes and story bits and like voices. Oh yeah. Bronco the Hung is especially fun to talk through. He was fun to write. And then there's also Teddy Love, and I'm looking forward to writing Teddy Love like as the bridge character for Leibniz and Isle into Stormcrow and Otto. And that's my day. Like that was my morning. Was outlining, and I haven't finished playtesting the little mini game that's going to be the voting mechanic between the Order of Numbers and Lupe and the Wolves, but I'm pretty proud of it. It was fun just to play on its own without doing some of the interactions within the Eve Echoes universe. Really, so the design goal there is to use different space stations as spaces on a game board with different minerals to represent different status points or situations at those stations. I just want people moving goods around. Even if it's not like, even if you're not vulnerable or at risk moving those things, having a reason to fly makes the game so much more enjoyable, whether you're an alpha or an omega or anywhere in between. Anyway, that's the Orby report for the day. I hope you all have a good day, and let me know how you're doing, okay? Bye.